this Huda Beauty Easy Blur because I really like this. And then I'm gonna use the One Size Oil Sucker. So how I do that is I like the oil sucker like in here, but it's like in my pore area where I try to put the Easy Blur. So if you use too much of this, it'll turn your face totally white, like chalk. Just rub it in like that. Try to do one smooth rub in like that. Where it's even and not like, because if it's even a little bit cakey, like if you do too many swipes, it gets super chalky. I rub mine over my brows so that my brows don't be like shiny. Okay. So now I'm gonna let that dry. And when that dry, I'm gonna start in on my brows. Okay, so that's drying, and I am gonna use the Morphe micro brow pencil. This is chocolate mousse. I either go between chocolate mousse or Java. So I'm gonna do one brow and then I'm gonna go off camera. And if you guys want a brow tutorial, just let me know. So I go on my skin because mines are over plucked from my youth. Alexa, pause. Now this brow is not gonna stay like this. So don't worry. I am still kind of stuck on 2016 brows. I like them dark. So it don't necessarily have to be, but I like a gradient dark brow. I don't like, and some natural brows look good, but you got to really know what you're doing, in my opinion, if it's not your natural brow. In there. Okay, and I'm gonna go off and do the other one. I'll be back. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over and with this pen here, and then I'm gonna move on to cleaning them up. So let me show you. Alexa, pause. Sorry, but they copyright me. It's like terrible if I don't pause. I just kind of go back here because I do like them. I like my brows to be dark. So I just, but I don't go past like the front of my pupil. I don't go past that with this pen because even though it's hair strokes, it could get dark. Oh, sorry. And I found like the more carefully I do my makeup, the better it come out. But it's like a lot of times I don't be having the time to be all careful. And just brush it through. And then I move on to the other side. Or like, see, like that, I don't like that. Like, right here. Okay. Okay, so to clean up my brows, I'm going to use Caramel from NARS and this Morphe 421 M421. When I do this, I always start way back here because ooh, I messed it up. Made my tail a little bit skinnier than I wanted it to be, but yeah. I am going to take this all over my lid just because I am going to do some eyeshadow. Then I take this brush here. This is a Morphe M412. 412421. Okay. And then I just try to make my line as sharp as I want it, or try to like clean up any mistakes. And then pull down that product. Whatever product is up at the top, I try to pull it down so that it ain't heavy or cakey right at the line. Like that. And then I take that one in. Okay, so I'm gonna do the other thing to this side. I mean, the same thing to this side. Before that crease, I want to set it because I'm gonna put eyeshadow over it. I'm gonna use the beige 25 in the Sephora micro powder. Just put it right there, just to set that so it don't crease at all for my eyeshadow. And now I'm gonna do the side. Okay, so now I'm using the Huda Beauty Easy Blur. I just take a little bit out because I don't really put it everywhere. I just put it right here in my pores because that's the part that I feel like I be needing blurred out. It's just really like right in here. And I just kind of stamp it in there so it could kind of go into the pores. Now don't do that if you don't be washing your face regular, because it'll give you a breakout. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm gonna do a toasted type of makeup. So I'm gonna use Park Avenue here as my transition color all over this area. I feel like that's like a perfect transition shade for me. Like you can see it, but can't. But you can. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a little bit of ganache here, this one, and I'm gonna just put that in the crease a little bit more. But I don't want it like crazy, crazy dark. I want it looking like toast, like toasty, just like that. You know how like toast is like gradiently colored, but browny. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a little bit of that Park Avenue color and just go right back over that, just lightly, nothing crazy, but just to kind of like bring it together so it don't look like lines. Yeah. And then I did go somewhat over my lid with this same color because I'm not trying to make it like too many different colors or not too many different, like, because I already know what I'm gonna do with the inner corner. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now my inner corner, I'm going to mix Bisou Bisou and Soho. So that's this color and this one. And I'm going to just do it right here. Just for that kind of gradient. Like that type of. That one and that one. And just more concentrated on this inner part. I ain't going past the middle of my eye. Like that. So I'm done with my eyeshadow and I'm gonna wait and put my lashes on, I think. Should I wait? Maybe I shouldn't. I am though, because I don't like all of that powder in them. So I'm gonna use the Sculpt tape. I love this little thing. I have a couple of other like different brand ones, but I feel like this is the best one. But all of this product waste, I don't know about that, but whatever. I'm gonna try not to judge it while saying it's my favorite. Let's see. I'm sure y'all know how it works. Just put a little bit like that. And then we'll just, I didn't mean to put that much. Okay, let me get this side cracker because this is, it could get weird. Okay. I do mine in my hairline for whatever reason. I have like a really light scalp. Like, go figure the fuck. And it looked like a lot, but it really melts. And it might just trust the process. So then I don't worry about the middle because I kind of fix that with concealer. Alexa, pause. I be forgetting. And then I just kind of like that. Okay. So now I'm gonna color correct with Huda Beauty Mango. Put a little bit there. and on my little breakouts. Okay. The other ones are freckles. So I do that, and then I let that sit for a few minutes, and then I start to blend it out. Okay. So got the Bear With Me spray, a little bit of this, and then I'm going to just dab a little bit just to get the wet off the top. And then like that. That's how I do it. Sorry if y'all hear me touching this mic. Sorry. Probably like, you so silly. The sun is coming and going, so the light is changing every few minutes. Sorry. It's cloudy here. I don't know what your guys' weather is like, but here it is pretty cloudy. I am in Surprise, Arizona. Yeah. Okay. And then I have this one spot right here that's like always peeking through everything. I think I have to sit it right there for a few seconds. Okay. While that's sitting there getting ready, then I'm going to put my blush on. Okay. And for blush, we're going to use the Mauve Camo Concealer Brush. I don't know what it's called. Mauve Wives or something. But it's this pretty purpley color, like plumish. Okay, that's good. Because, girl, I be scared of liquid blush. I be fucking up. I really do, though. Like a little bit too much, a little bit too happy. Because it started looking pretty, and then you just keep going. But I spray that, and then I just get this e.l.f. angled blush brush. And then I just, but I do kind of go up. But I don't go, like, all the way into my temple like some people. I mean, if you do, that's cool. I don't, though. I just try to keep it right there. And then when I get like the consistency that I want with it, then I try to diffuse it and keep it like where it's not like crazy, but it's still pretty. Like, I don't know, I can't explain. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. It's like a pretty purplish pink. And while it's not like brown toasty kind of color, I do feel like it's like you look toasty. I look like I'm like, you know, in the house, warm, in a sweater. Maybe reading a book, drinking some wine. I'm not like a coffee drinker, but I do drink tea. But yeah, I just try to diffuse it a little bit so that when I get ready to put my on, it goes well. And then I just try to diffuse that some, but not too much so it's still to cover that little spot. And I just pat it, pat, like that. Okay, both sides. Now, when I do my 40s and up makeup look, I'm going to show you guys like some of my makeup looks is just this. And it looks really pretty, especially in person. I don't know how it's coming across on camera, but This with just like a finishing powder on top can be really pretty too, without all of the different things. You know, you just like a little bit bronzed, and then you like blushed, and then I feel like as long as your like problem areas are hidden, like, you know, like I hit my little spots or whatever, then I feel like it'll still look really nice. Okay, so that's that. Now we're gonna get ready for concealer. Concealer, we're gonna use the We're Even concealer by Fenty. I have 400N and 360W. I'm gonna use these because I want to see if the Huda powder, if it performs the same with just any concealer, or does it perform best with its own. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down here because this is closer to my actual skin tone. Okay, just like that. And then I'm gonna take the 360 warm and just go right there. Okay, and then I just decided at this very moment that I'm gonna take the 330. This was 360, so I'm gonna take the 330 and go right in here. And I want that one down my nose and on my forehead. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the lower color and work my way up. Now, these are my favorite concealer brushes. This is number one. This is the House Labs concealer brush. And then my next favorite is this e.l.f. pointed foundation brush. I use it as a concealer brush personally. And then this one from Morphe is a really, really good one. Since this is my magic wand, but it's dirty, so we're not going to use this one today. We're going to start with this e.l.f. pointed foundation brush. I'm going to use a little bit of this. And then I'm going to just start kind of just blending that as much as I can without like moving it too much. Blending down, up, but mostly like in place. Then I use a little bit more of this. This just wets up the product for me. And then I'm going to just barely, like with the tip of the brush, go into that other color. Just so it could like gradiently get in to that color like that. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And not really like drag it down or move it too much, but just kind of like in place, stipple it in place. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit more of this and then do the same thing I did on the other side, just with the tip of the brush, kind of get it in there. That way when we go into the lightest color, we don't make it like too muddy with those darker colors. Then I'm going to take the booty of it, like that, just to blend it. Okay, now we're going to do the lighter color. Okay, so now we take that one, little spray. And what I do like about this Fenty one is that it don't dry real fast. You give you a little bit of time to do a little something. Give you a little time to work with it, you know. And just blend it up over the brows. Not on the brows, but definitely as close as you could get to the brows. that. Now, if you're younger and you don't have like any creasing under here or like no fine lines, then I assume you can go all the way up into your lash line. But if you like more mature skin, you don't want to go too up into the wrinkles because then it's just going to accentuate them. And if you like me and you really don't care, then do what you do. Because I really don't care. But I don't. I always put a little bit of darker uh, eyeshadow underneath here just to hide that little creasing or make it less prominent there. I don't want to take that too far down, even though I did a little bit. And just I just put a little bit on my finger just to make sure it's like wet enough to move. Now, I used to go all the way down to the tip of my nose, but my nose is kind of wide, so I don't need to. I just need to make it kind of skinny right in this middle part. Then I'll take that. That other eye. Okay. Just like that. We losing light. I'm not ready to set my eyes, set them. So I'm going to use a little bit of this Sephora number 25 beige. I'm going to use a little bit of that to go under my eye as a pressed powder before I set with this because I want to make sure my blush didn't get lost. I don't have anything on here. I'm just making sure it ain't no creases before I put a little bit of this pressed powder on. There, for that. And I get these little at Sephora. It's a 6-pack, I think. 4. No, it's like 6. It's a 6-pack of these little sponges. I get at Sephora for, I want to say, $9. And I love these little sponges. I had some from Morphe, but I don't care what nobody say. When stuff is new, it performs better. Like, you know. So I just take a little bit. Like that. And I ain't gonna go down too far because I want to see if I need a little bit more blush. I don't know though. Okay, now I'm gonna set my bronzer with a real light hand. And this is the Dew Butter by the NYX. This is like super sun kissed. And it's so pretty to me though. I feel like it is a toasty situation. Okay, now we're gonna move on to my blush. Before we do, I always do this little step just to hide anything down here. Because that's the only spot on my face that really don't be having makeup. So I try to put a tinted moisturizer, something that's like super close to my skin tone naturally. That way you don't really see color, you just see like perfection. And I'm not afraid to go up into that line where I bronzed because I'm going to sharpen it up anyway with my powders. Before I do blush, I am going to look in here and I'm going to take this Speakeasy color and I'm going to go over my lash line just at the end because I'm going to put on quarter lashes. Okay, I could do black, but I'm not. I'm going to do the brown. So just like that. And then I'm going to just like that, like a baby little, it ain't even a wing, it's just like a flick. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna do it to the other side. See that these are the lashes, it's the Ardell Demi Wispy. So I'm gonna just take half the lash like that. Like just, my eyes are big, so I'm only gonna cut off like the first two, that little piece. Because I got big eyes. So it'll be just like right here. I'm horrible at putting lashes on, or I'll let y'all watch, but bear with me, it could take a bit. Okay, so this is the best as it's gonna get. Lashes do not be liking me. They be tripping with me. They be acting like they gonna do right, but then sometimes they end up looking like spiders. So long as they close to my lash line, I rock and roll with it. So okay, now we got our lashes on now. So we're gonna set our under eyes. First we're gonna put on our, yeah, we're gonna set our under eye. So I'm only gonna set with the pink today. I'm gonna just put the pink and see what that look like. I just want to see. Okay, so here's my Sephora puff. This is the pink. Ooh, it's pink, pink. Oh, I look pretty good with Fenty. I ain't gonna go no further down with the pink though. Yeah, I don't want to go no further down. I'm gonna bake that for a few minutes and then we will go in with the different color powder. While that's baking, I am gonna put, I baked with it yesterday or the day before yesterday and it was so pretty. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna do that. So now we go set our brows, the brow glue. I always try to wait to the end so I don't have like powder and stuff in them. Like that. Okay. And now I'm about to set my entire face and then we're going to be done. Now this is the other color, the orange, the pumpkin pie. And I guess you could say a little bit of pink because the pink that was left in there. Now I'm just pressing this in because I'm about to wipe away that bake. I don't do that sharp line I used to, but I don't no more. I just set it like that and let it. Okay. Okay, our blush is Dainty from MAC. Which got like a sheen in it. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to dust away this bake and then I'm going to set all over with toffee from Sephora. And I do try to dust it like into the blush, especially with this color because it's like it's so pink that it make it look pretty to me. Okay. So we dusted all of that away and now we are going to set our whole face. Okay, Sephora toffee. Okay, so for this, I'm going to just lightly highlight. I'm going to use this Ambient Light powder, Ambient Light, Eternal Light. I think it's like the number 3 or something. I'm going to just take that one and go just right here, right there. I don't want much. I just want a little. Yeah. And I take that brush, just diffuse it. Okay. Now lipstick. Oh, let's set our face, then lipstick, and then we're done. Done. Okay, so I'm gonna set the Easy Blur. What is it? Easy Bake setting spray. Okay. So I'm gonna go that way because my fan. Like wherever it's spit, I try to dab it a little bit. Of course, one size. I don't play that shit. I feel like that just seals every deal. Okay, so for lips, I'm gonna use cold brew. Let's start with cold brew. Just like that. Yeah, I be seeing the girls do this. That don't work for me. I don't know why. I'm probably not doing it right, but it never works. Then I'm gonna take espresso from NYX as well, and just like sharpen that line. Okay. Then I'm gonna take London. I love this color. And just color. I want to wipe it off because I want more lightness. There we go. And I even go over my brow a little bit. We're not done. Then I go back with the cold brew just to give it some dimension. And then this is e.l.f. Crystal Baller Candy Coated. Candy Coated. I just go right in the middle. Right? And then I was thinking last night, I was like, ooh, I want to see what that looks like. So here we go. Ooh, oops. This.
And just to clear the air, I don't give a fuck about how nobody feel about me. Keep feeling it, bitch.